amounts and things like that, of course, and then documents change.
Right.
So I didn't review it in that regard to compare those things. I wanted to make sure the board was aware of that. And secondly, I usually, and I failed to at that time, give my standard spiel about county contracts, and they have provisions in there that are sometimes difficult to swallow. They're operating on a revenue neutral basis, so they want to make sure that they're protected and will get paid the amounts that they say that that is going to be paid to them for different types of things. Same comments I made for the sheriff's department contract that we agree to, or that you agree to every year in the township. So I failed to mention that. I apologize for that. It's the same meeting. If there's any further concerns, the board can bring that matter up again and we can have further discussion on that. I answered quickly and I apologize for that. I should.
Well, Steve, I think everybody understands.
Okay, just want to make sure. Secondly, on the, I was asked in connection with the recycling issue that the board handled the contract several weeks ago to look at the ordinance, and I wanted to let you know we have taken a look at the ordinance in terms of requiring contractors that get licenses under the township.
Is that, Steve? Oh, I'm sorry.
56,
13, 16?
56, 57, 58, somewhere around there.
Okay.
We're just want to let you know, probably at the next meeting, I'll have a report for you on that. So we're continuing to look at that as you asked me to, based on some comments that were received.
Okay, thank you.
So that's to come. I thought
For the licensing of the trash haulers.
Correct. In terms of requiring recycling as a condition of getting a license.
Well, and I can't talk anymore. I'm just wondering if we should look at the fee that we charge the waste haulers. I think it's very minimal right now in Oakland Township.
It's basically to keep track who's out there. I think it's $25 a truck, so we can collect $400 or something like that.
It's what, Jim?
It's $25 a truck, and it's about $400 a year for all the trucks. That is for each.
I'm thinking maybe we need to look at that amount, is what I'm saying, because it seems very minimal to me. If we're allowing them to haul all that trash out, and understand they have a fee to pay to dump, but they also get recycling, and a lot of recycling can be gathered together and resold. So I think we need to look at the price we're charging for them to haul out of Oakland Township. Just keep that in the back of your mind.
John, do you want a cough drop?
Yeah, I would. I meant to bring some with me and I forgot them. Thank you so much. Nothing in it I shouldn't be taking, right?
Just the
heroin.
morphine, heroin.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
That stuff I carry around in my pockets.
It really helps, though, I'm sure. Thanks. Board reports. Sharon, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Excuse me, for the public record, that was a joke to serve
Oh,
him.
I know.
That was a joke.
Mr. Markle, I knew that was a joke. That wouldn't
Thank you.
With morphine in it, I'm sure. Sharon, did you have anything to
Yes,
report?
I did. I would like help with the board reviewing the budget. If we could get reports from the different commissions, what they have accomplished in the past year, and what their goals are for the next year, and any problems that they had and how they solved them. I think that helps kind of give us a report and
Yeah, there's usually something on the website.
but something a little bit more detailed than what we're getting. I mean, we got one last year.
Well, there's usually a Parks and Recreation Commission report. There's usually a PRC.
You're talking about the budget summaries?
Not the summaries, an individual report
Oh.
from each department.
A synopsis of.
I think she's asking for, if I can help a little bit, I think she's looking for some kind of summary from each of the boards in terms of how they plan to use the funds.
Okay.
Building department, things like that, or is that what you're talking about, clerk's department?
Right. What was the basis of their budget?
Parks from, not planning, from parks, from whatever.
Okay.
Building department,
Building department, obviously.
fire department, poor Bill, you know, that's more weight on him.
Okay, yeah, I can go into a little more detail regarding some of the narratives, so you'll know exactly what the...
Yeah, something from them, so we know what has happened in the past year from, say, like each park. If there's if they've had problems, how to resolve them, did it cost them money and how much?
Yeah, that
What do
information
they plan to do for the following year?
probably is available through their website, and I'm sure we got information on it. Yeah, I can provide that.
That helps you?
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, did
That would
you,
help.
anything else?
No, that's it.
Mark?
Just the planning commission meeting, we thought we were going to have a vote on this Blossom Ridge. Got past 10, didn't happen. Don't know if it's going to happen this month. I can say that the planning commission has done a lot of due diligence. They're looking at the ordinance, they're applying it, and trying to be fair to the residents and be fair to the applicant. But at the end of the day, the planning commission has to make a decision based on a ruling of fact and finding. And I think we've gone to the extreme. I don't know when there'll be a vote.
Excuse me, you were told you to call one next meeting.
Well,
It's a matter of public record.
I want one next meeting, but in talking to individual planning commissioners, they're not so sure.
Okay, I'm just saying that it was called, correct? Mr.
Correct.
Carter
Correct.
requested a call at the next planning commission meeting for a vote.
He did.
Okay.
Mr. Merkel, you're out of order, okay?
I apologize, Madam Supervisor, but let's be clear about that.
He did, and I also called for it, but in talking to other planning commissioners, they still have questions, so, no vote before it's time, I
Well, and
guess.
everybody is satisfied, then they'll be ready to vote on it, and hopefully it'll be next month. That's all we can hope for. Everybody hope for the best.
Yeah, just one comment. I've known Ann Barr for 20 years. She was our environmental consultant. I've called her with these resident concerns. I know she's gotten to the point where she wants it now in writing. Unless something's addressed to her in writing, she's not going to respond to it. Unless she's completely lying to me and it's not the person I know, I really believe she's trying to work with the residents. But that's based on what she's telling me. We've all been out to the site, we've looked at the engineering, we understand it. I think we all understand it. It's a multi-phase project. And I've told Ann, you've got to work with the residents. And she claims she is working with the residents. So I have no reason to disbelieve her, and I've been out there with her, all of us have. If any of you feel that way, let me know. I mean, do you feel that Ann is lying to you?
Well, lying is a strong term, I think.
Misleading?
Well, I'm not even sure I want to go that far, but...
Well, I don't think that they know, Mike, that we're going to have a meeting with the people that own property on the mill race on Thursday at 7 p.m. Judy and I and Mike, the 3 board members, are going to be there, and Ann is going to come in, and we're hopefully going to be resolving some of these issues. I want to see water in that mill race. That is my goal, and I hope I can make the residents understand that. They think we're all against them for some reason, and I don't know why.
Well,
My goal is to get water in the mill race.
I can just interject one thing here. I think the issue that I've observed anyway over the last several months is that it was my understanding anyway that when we approved this, that there would be water in the mill race. The fact of the matter is there isn't water in the mill race. So I'd like to have an explanation from somebody who drew the conclusion that there would be water in the mill race as to why there is no water in the mill race.
Well, if you look at the junk that's in the mill race, that's why.
Well, that could be it, but I'd like to have the experts tell us that.
Well, that's fine.
You were there, Mike, during the day, and we spent over an hour there, and they did a lot of testing, and you would have appreciated it as an engineer, that they clogged it up, they lifted out a ball, they showed the flow, it filled up within 2 feet, and there was water, the entire mill race. There was a portion where there wasn't, that went all the way down and back into the river. The problem was the siltation. You really need to get rid of that siltation, but from an engineering standpoint, and they were there. They went to lengths to explain how it worked.
No, I understand that, but again, the approval was that after the dam was taken down, the condition was that the mill race would function to the same degree that it functioned before the dam was taken down. That has not happened. And so I'd like to see an explanation for that.
That's
You
fine.
call that lying or whatever, but the fact of the matter is it's not flowing the way they said it was going to flow after the dam was taken down.
Well, we can ask that question on Thursday. find out what their answer is, and find it, well, I know that the mill race has to be cleaned out to get water.
And they have said that, we all agree that the sediment is a problem. But what, was a disappointment in my mind is that after the dam was removed, the water was not flowing, period. And that isn't what was stated was going to happen when the dam was taken down.
We can ask that question Thursday.
Right.
Anything else, Mark? Judy?
Well, I have a couple of things.
Okay.
One is that I was going through the state's election commission, and I found that there are 3 members that are supposed to be on the election commission, and the only 3 members by law are the supervisor, the township clerk, and the township treasurer. So you 2 are booted off. Bye-bye.
We'll miss those 30-second meetings.
You did a good job, guys. You did a good job when you served.
So I guess what we need to do is
Appoint.
Someone
Someone like to make a motion to appoint the treasurer, the clerk, and the supervisor as the board of review election commission. I'm sorry, election commission. I still have board of review on my mind, I guess.
So move.
Mark, do we have it? Oh, Sharon, okay. Thank you, guys. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
We find it amusing that the 2 people that said that were the ones that were formerly involved. That makes sense.
Then another thing is, I was looking through the budget and the budget summary. Okay. And when I got to the personnel summary, who puts together the personnel summary?
Nobody me.
And under full-time staff, you have a position under the Historic District Commission for a full-time staff person, and
That was the budget that was submitted. Obviously, the board can change that.
it's, there is no page number for it.
Okay. Personnel.
Personnel summary.
Yeah, that's a proposal at this point. To Jim's point, it's not approved.
Well, actually, if no one noticed it and we just
Well, I
approved it,
noticed
then
I noticed it.
all of a sudden we would have a full-time staff person.
It's also, actually, the personnel summary is not a budgetary item. The line item showing the wages and the salary and the benefits, that would be the line item. That would be approved.
Well, I would just like it to be corrected, and I think that it should have the Historic District Commission with administrative assistant part-time, because that's what we currently have, and that's what the board is under, well, that's what
Well, I
the
guess,
Board of Trustees
I guess
is
the
under
question
the
is-
impression that we...
is the plan to get that approved before the budget goes into effect then?
Well, the budget that was submitted to me had that starting April 1st. That was what was submitted to me.
But didn't the HDC ask several months ago to put a full-time position in by April 1st?
It is April 1st.
That is
Well, that is by April 1st.
Right,
Okay.
April, that says the 12-13 budget would start April 1st. That's what that personnel summary. So
But there's an election next year for a millage for HDC.
correct.
And if that doesn't pass, then what happens to the HDC? They get 2 choices, 2 chances, I understand that, August and November. But what happens if those millages don't pass with HDC? Who's responsible for paying those bills?
Well,
Oakland Township.
there would be money that would be fund balance.
It would fall back to the township to pick up the bill for that extra person. And are we going to be in a position to do that for HDC at that point?
Well, just quite frankly, the way that the millages are usually looked at and viewed here is that the approval of the millage is approval of the use of the money. And so if the millage isn't approved, then that means that it's not supported by